In the last video, I showed you how to create a generic wound, a generic cut using wax, which is a material that is no longer used professionally. And I showed it to you because yes, it's important to say that it's not a good option, but it's also important to show and explain why it is not a good option anymore. Before we get into it, don't forget to subscribe and follow to get all of the news. So today, we're gonna take a look at the professional alternative that lasts and looks professional and looks realistic. Yes, I'm talking about silicone compounds. This is the right choice if you want your makeup to hold up. Whether you're working professionally on set, during a photo shoot, or even a cosplay, or just practicing. Let's make it as simple as possible. Wax and similar products simply don't last more than a few minutes, while silicone compounds do. It's simple as that. We're still talking about quick makeup effects, out of the kit makeup, not full prosthetics. Because there's so much to say about prosthetics, we'll cover that later. So now let's create a cut, our generic wound, using a product that really lasts. This is the final result, with clean edges and no blood excess. Now, let's see how it's done. First thing, the silicone compound. I'm using Skin Imitator for this video. It's not my favorite one, but still I like it and works very well. Also, I'm using specific silicone pigments because the silicone is clear and I don't want to add too much painting on it once it's cured. So I'm taking a silicone color close to my skin tone as much as possible, and I can do it by mixing both A and B parts together because I have a pretty long curing time with the silicone, more than 20 minutes, and I'm making a small cut. It will be different if I had a fast curing silicone. In that case, I would add pigments to either part A or B before mixing them together. This is so important. And as you can see, a few drops of pigments are good. Don't put too much inside the mix or you'll lose it. I like the skin tone I came up with, so let's begin the actual application. The same spatula I used to mix A and B parts is good to use, but please make sure you never ever mix spatulas when taking A and B parts out of the jars. That literally means kill the silicone compound because it will start the curing process inside the jars and there's no way you can go back from that. I'm spreading the mix on the skin, but not too much as I want to keep it clean as much as possible. I also want my silicone to be quite thick so I can build a nice cut on the inside and blend the material properly on the outside. Blending the edges when applying any material is crucial to achieve that realistic look. And when it comes to silicone, you have to take care of that pretty quickly. In fact, if it's true that you can try as much as you want with wax, you have a clock ticking with silicone and it's working and curing time. But there's nothing to be scared about. I suggest you just start small, so you and your silicone compound can become great friends and make magic together. So you see, I'm taking my time blending on the outside using my spatula, which is such a simple yet useful tool, by the way. And when I'm done, I take care of the inside of the wound, shaping the actual cut. Remember, generic wound does not mean you don't need a real reference next to you. If you have one, your work will be so much easier and, of course, more realistic. Final touches to the edges by blending using just a Q-tip and isopropyl alcohol. Now, it's really important we don't leave any excess of silicone. If we do, it's gonna show and reveal this is not a real wound. We definitely don't want that. Adding a very light layer of prosthetic once silicone is cured and ready to be touched and painted. Just a little powder too, and it's time for painting. This won't take long because the silicone color already matches my skin tone, so it's really only about blending quickly. After that, it's time to paint inside the cut, and I choose some fresh red because it's a fresh wound that I'm making. Don't skip this step because adding just blood won't be enough, and we're about to get there. A little red on the outside of the cut is good, but don't go too far. It's okay to have the skin a bit dirty and red, bloody looking, just don't paint the whole effect. Same for the blood. This is one of my favorite ones, HD blood. Great realistic consistency, runny but not too much. I'm pouring a few drops of blood inside the cut as I want the outside to be almost completely clean. I have no edges to hide, no mistakes to correct. I wanted to achieve a realistic cut and a clean hand, and that's what I did. It's not that difficult, right? All you need is some practice. I really hope this helped, and if you want to know more, make sure you follow so you won't miss the news, because an international version of my online classes is about to arrive, and it's not like any other online classes, as I will actually help you through the learning process. Until next time, practice and let me know about your progress.